They tell me to love being me. Love being black is beautiful. Well, maybe they were talking about the small amounts of melanin in my skin, neglecting the fact that that's not the only thing that makes me black. Beautiful black royalty, queen of the Nile, queen of denial, my treasures drowning in untold truths. Confusion choking out understanding. Why is my black king abandoning his kingdom to reign in foreign lands? And when enough strength is gathered to spit out the question, the classic response is, black women got an attitude, that independent, I can do bad all by myself mentality. And with that, I can't argue. So like a little child, I find myself again asking why. Independence was nothing we fought for, but rather born into. Most women with this dilemma never had the luxury to depend on a man. Whoa. Man, whoa, man, whoa, man. That's all there ever was, teaching us to be women. Never had to articulate that men aren't worth anything. It's apparent by the legacy they left, like abandonment was hereditary. It happened to her and her mama and her mama's mama and the mama before that. Now you tell me, how can we know anything but independence? And oftentimes, not knowing the term man as a verb, we settle for the noun form. Someone, something in place to help fill that void. Thought he'd bring bright days to a dark night, only to shine a light on how deep the hole was. No faith, no trust, no peace. So when he got his piece, he pieced out, taking a piece of the little bit of her she had, which may not have been so bad if it didn't happen time after time, like life was on repeat, until she developed a defense to protect her few remains with an attitude. Because men take a smile as an invite into her bed, and she's realized that love has never resided there. Being malnutrition on proper affection from a man, she doesn't trust herself to let him in, so she keeps her distance. Understanding that she must journey to find her pieces to make her whole, she's scared that one might come like a thief in the night, snatching all that she was able to recover. So at night she cradles herself, praying to God to heal the pain because she's hurt. Feeling like damaged goods infected by a toxic curse. Has there been a recall on me? On us? Because as she looks around, many of her sisters are living with this same confusion, with two questions recycling themselves. Why? And why not? So at night she cradles herself, praying to God for understanding and faith to walk by, because her vision is blurred from the tears that fills her eyes. Understanding that there are some sisters sitting on thrones, but their family history shows this line of royalty. But what about those abandoned palaces where kings have been absent for generations and only conquerors remain long enough to kill the hope and steal the spoil? What about her? What about us? Trying not to become engulfed in bitterness, but becoming that strong black woman with an I can do bad all by myself mentality is almost inevitable, because it's all she knows. Understanding that he isn't responsible for the damage, but neither is she. So she needs him to take on the burden of his people and rebuild the kingdom. She doesn't know her proper role as a queen because she has been reigning in headship by default. So she needs him to love her back into her proper place, and to fight for her because no one has, and to be patient because it's called for, and to suffer long because it's necessary, and to keep no records of wrong because they're destructive, and to love her because she needs it, and to love her because he needs it, and to love her because it's needed. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around to listen to me talk. If any of you know me, you know I'm good for it. But anyways, I want to go ahead and give a little discussion about the piece I wrote, Dethroned, that you just heard. I did write that a couple of years ago, and it was one of my favorite pieces for a super long time. And I just felt like, yeah, this captures how I feel. Even growing up, when I reflect on all the different households that I was around, there were no men, there were no fathers in the home. And yes, most of these homes were Black families. So that I saw from a very young age, well into adulthood. And when I would discuss with different friends and whatnot, they would just kind of be like, where are all the Black men? Where are the good Black men? And not only that, I might look around and I'll see them with, other ethnic groups, and we just wondering like, well, what's going on? But I can say that as I got older and I moved into another location, I was able to see more Black families, and it did my heart well. But simply being a Christian, God had to recalibrate my mind and not look at the Black family, but look at God's family. And so, yes, I do still smile. I do still find pride when I see a Black family. I can rejoice in seeing God build his family. I know a line in the poem I said, help rebuild the kingdom. But I have to look higher than what this world has to offer and look at God's kingdom. And I can say that I see him building God's kingdom. He's bringing people from all different people groups together to glorify his name. And in that, I rejoice. So I do still feel many ways that we need something to happen in the Black family, but I know that that is Christ. So I continue to pray for us and pray for families in general, especially the Black community, as I rejoice in the work that God is doing.